Okay, today I have a mail day. I haven't opened it. Oh, I've opened it. I haven't looked at it. Had several things happen the other day. First thing I'll start off before I forget is that I was going through my collection. I found a car yesterday. I bought this for $1. This is the Pontiac Salsa. Probably an undervalued car. This is what they call a not pre-production model, but not a test car. I can't think of the name of it. A prototype. So it never went to production. But supposedly it was the forerunner to the Pontiac Aztec or something like that. This Pontiac Salsa looked like it was a really neat looking, kind of fun, sporty, kind of California, Florida type car or whatever. But I paid. It was originally 84 cents back in the day from 1996 or 97, and I paid $1 for it. So happy to get that one. But in evaluating my collection here, I've noticed some issues with my cars. So if you didn't know, I may have, can't remember if I filmed the whole thing, but years ago when I had them all on display, and being on display has basically destroyed them. So if you can see that, this bubble has turned color here, unfortunately. And this red is more of a pinkish color right now. And so in this one here, I can show you that the hubcap pops out. The whole that's the whole center cap pops out in this one here. And I was saving these for the cards because if you didn't know, these had different cards in them. I'm not sure what number this one here is. Sometimes they were numbered, but they had different cards. So you would get like various cars that had different cards, but also the exact same car, and there'd be different cards in there. So there were more cards than there were cars. So you had to go and collect every card if you could find that. And these were not at every single store. But you can see how red that is compared to this, very, very faded. So again, I don't know what to exactly do with these. I have about 5 of these cars, I think, and they may be all in the same condition. And then I was noticing this star car, which I've had for many years. This is one of the Matchbox star collections. Nice orange back there, and the orange is gone. It's like a faded. It's almost like a macaroni and cheese color now and this box may even faded a little bit. It's a taxi one. I was very disgusted with these cars here because most of the cars that were in the set were later models, and they were not even the correct model of car. If they had gone back and used some of the more correct ones here, this might be close to what they used because that was one of the newer shows, I guess. But all the other cars made absolutely no sense. The Brady Bunch was like on some sort of Ford Tempo or Ford Taurus or something like that. It was ridiculous. But again, unfortunately, faded to all heck. The first one I had paid $3 for. I don't know what I paid for this one, but probably $3 or $4. And again, bright orange, and that's damaged, and it doesn't add any value to it. This one here doesn't look bad at all. This is from Playing Mantis, but this is, I think, another Johnny Lightning here, I want to say. And this is from brand new casting from Nash Bridges. I think that was a really fun one there. And there is Mr. Nash Bridges there, Don Johnson or whatever. But as you can see how pink that is right here. And you can see another card that was overlapping this one, and that's the purple. So it used to be more of a purple like that. And look at how the purple used to be. That's what the purple used to be. So do these have any value still in their damaged packages? I don't think these cards were as good as the other ones. Some of these had blank backs, and so you took it out. There's oh, that's dumb. There's nothing on the back. So I don't really know. And this one probably had all the exact same cards in it. And it's still cool, and I'll probably still keep it like this one. And the Johnny Lightnings, if you didn't know, they didn't always roll very well because I think some of them had rubber tires. So there's no really reason to rip them out of packages. But sadly, that one is damaged as well. I had no idea that all my packages and cards were getting damaged. Now this one here has had virtually no fade whatsoever, and this is the oldest car in my collection, the A-Team car. So that's really cool. It's just very dusty, and it was all beat up like this, very messed up. But I bought that decades ago for $5, and I thought I was paying up, but man, $5 is like, yeah, I'll get that all day long, and I'm glad I did. And I don't know if I have any other cars here. Here's a more recent one I picked up. I say recently, but this was a long time ago. I got this probably at the same time of the Nash Bridges, but this one hasn't faded. This one, the Johnny Lightning Road Trip one here, that has not faded. So that's in very, very good condition with the little teepee, the dog, and the accessories there. So that's a really cool one. That is not damaged at all. So that's unfortunate to those other ones. And then here's another one here. Doesn't have very much fading, so it just depends on the package. I didn't pay $7 for this. Somebody else had $7 on it. The old Osco and Save On drugs. I don't think Osco or Save On is, maybe Osco, but Save On I think is gone. I don't really know. This is from like, what, 1989 or something like that? I don't know. I just think it's kind of a neat one there. It doesn't have a ton of value because everybody saved those as collectibles. So I don't know if I'm really saving anything great. Oh, this is the Brady Bunch wagon here. And again, this is even more faded than the previous one here. So there's a Brady Bunch wagon in some sort of 1990s era. So that would work for maybe the Brady Bunch reissue, but not for the original Brady Bunch. Ridiculous car there. And again, it's turned yellow, and it should have been orange, and even bled through the top there. And again, I had these in a room where the shades were mostly drawn the whole time. So damaged all my cars there. And I mean, I guess this might have been moved from another location as well. But I just never noticed that, how orange that was and how was it there. So there's that one there. Then I had kind of a crazy thing happen yesterday. I'll get to that in a second here. I just wanted to mention people are going crazy about Top Series 1, and then some people are just saying don't be stupid. And it's funny because I picked this up yesterday, and it just has nothing to do with Series 1, this Kawasaki wrench. It turns out that this 50-cent Kawasaki wrench is $5 on eBay. It's worth more than Series 1, so that's kind of funny there. And it's stamped Kawasaki, so maybe it came with a motorcycle, and so somebody might actually pay $5 made in Japan for that, you know, and that's probably worth more than any card in Series 1 currently. Don't really know. Anyway, so last night something crazy happened because I was making a video after the fact that my first video didn't want to upload, so I used it on this camera. And then I was showing how like all these cards get abandoned on COMC, and then I was like, wait a minute, what's this card? And I said, well, that's interesting. So I said, well, let's take a look at this card here. So I found some, you know, Australian trading cards that I hadn't noticed before. And then all of a sudden, wait a minute, let's just take a look and see. So I typed in the Australian Scanlons. I typed in Scanlons. I won't go the whole story there. And I was like, wait a minute, what is this doing here? I said, well, that's not a terrible price. I mean, that's kind of what they were asking for in Australia before you couldn't buy stuff from Australia. I was like, well, that's not terrible. Maybe I'll just think about that card. So then I typed in Scanlons again. It's like, wait a minute, why is my white whale card, my grail card doing here? You know, for X amount of dollars. I can't believe it. And I said, you know what, I think I'm just going to have to put an order together. So I went to COMC, on eBay, and I looked to see how long the card has been around. It was there on eBay. It was, you know, about $5 more, maybe, on eBay to purchase that, plus, you know, $5 for shipping, which is, you know, more or less the same. And it said February 10th. I was like, February 10th? That's only 2 days ago. Is that when it was just uploaded? I was like, what the heck? So I couldn't believe the COMC had this super rare Australian card that had been on my list for the last 10 or 15 years or whatever it was. Years ago, I saw it somewhere crazy, like it was eBay, or I saw this somewhere. It's like, oh man, that's a really weird, bizarre card. I need to get that. And I said, man, it's not got much of a design, but I just think the colors just kind of, it was just 70s all the way. I said, man, this is amazing. I got to get this. So I went through my budget because somebody just did a Geez Mikey just did his card show, or I say card show, but his Burbank sports card recap, and he only had $100. I was, you know, maxing out at $50 before that, and I think I took a few cards out of the shopping cart. One was 10, and the others were like 50 cents a quarter, and I've got every card of the rainbow. So I've got cricket cards, I've got soccer cards, I've got horse racing cards, I've got, you know, rugby card, you name it, it's in there. I mean, I didn't get every sport there is. And then sure enough, Geez Mikey does his video. It's like, oh man, you show these cards here and I could have got them for even cheaper. Oh shoot. You know, it's like, oh well, there's another day that I didn't do that. So like, oh man, whatever. So it is what it is. But I just thought it was crazy that I was just making a video because the first one crashed, went to COMC to see how my Black Friday, list was doing, because I still hadn't purchased anything from Black Friday, and boom. So I guess if it gets here in time, it won't, but early birthday present to me. So now let's get into the package, and this was the only thing in the entire mail today, the only thing. I just shipped a package yesterday, and guess what my options were? $6.50 or 75 cents to ship something medium mail, or I could have done a USPS, a Ground Advantage for $20.75. So I could either do it for $7 or for $20. There was nothing in between. I mean, the bubble mailer that they promote, I couldn't squeeze that in there to save my life. I tried and tried and tried. It was just like so tight. There's just nothing you could do about it. There's got to be a way to figure out how to get things squeezed into those bubble mailers. Because if I had a fraction of an inch, I could have gotten that in there. And they've got all the dimensions to where you're just cheated. So I had only 2 options total, And if I had gone with the priority box, the medium flat rate box, then that's an extra $5, which I would have lost. I lost 75 cents because I did it the other way, because better tracking, and I guess, I don't know. And the person had paid all that shipping, and I was not about to refund them again. And then, to make a long story short, I'm opening up this package here. And then to make a long story short, I went through all that stuff there, and if I had gone priority flat rate, it would have been $30 for the large flat rate. Crazy. So this is also very crazy. We're already $11.20, and these are all Scout patches. And why did I buy these? Well, it's because I'm working on a theme here, and also to get the shipping deal, to get, you had to buy, I can't remember, it was $20 worth of stuff or 20 items or something to that effect to get, the shipping deal. And I said, well, I don't really want to do this, but I'm already halfway there. So some of these are just, based on I'm just getting them because I just am. So, if you don't know, I collect patches, Scout patches from 1975. And many of these, they disappear off of eBay. Somebody will buy it, and then you'll never know it's disappeared because they will reload up another one. It's the same sellers. So they like to slow roll all their patches. Some sellers will just say 50 available, more than 10 available. So here is Leiden 75 Sprint Camporee. They used to have those hats there, and if you don't know, there was some sort of vigilante group, that started adopting those, and the Boy Scouts had 86 those. A lot of the kids didn't like them, but the older kids that were in the know wore those until they were not allowed to wear them anymore. This one here is just one of those generic images, I believe, Sagamore Council 1973. So just a nice fall image there. It does not fit my collection, but because it's 73. Then we have another 75, the Annual Scout Retreat Archdiocese of Detroit 1975. It's an interesting one there. We have the Fall Camporee number 1. 1975 Three Fires, and I don't know what RC stands for. That could be Roundup, something or other, or it could be, something council. I don't know what that is, so I have to look into that one there. Then here's an odd shape here. Westward Ho, May 75, Territory to Statehood, Spirit of 76. So they were celebrating the bicentennial years before. So there's a 1975 Camporee in anticipation for 76. Then we have Fox Ridge Camporee, June 1951, Lincoln Trails Council. So this is from 1951. This was $1 or $2 for this patch, and people are asking, $7 to $10 or something for that one. So I thought that was really cool with like the fox and the moon. That's just really cool there one. Fox Ridge Camporee, June 51. So that's an old 50s. Think of it this way. That's a patch from the year before 1952 tops. Then this is a strange one. Webelos Day, Grossmont 1974, with some weird alien dude. I don't know what the story of that one is. No idea why that was picked or chosen. And it's got, kind of a vintage feel to it, and a little on the, I don't want to say dirty side, but slightly worn side. So that's always good. Add some authenticity to the patch there. Then we have the Big Teepee District Camporee of 1968. So you can see why I went and loaded up on these things here. And District Camporee, and it's got 1968 there, so that's, 60s era patch. This one here is a Sergeant Floyd Council. what doesn't exist anymore. 1957 Scoutery. You can tell that's a 50s Boy Scout. Think of Follow Me Boys with Fred McMurray, I believe. Excuse me. Then we've got Scoutorama, Horizons, 75 Northwest Suburban Council. These are the kind of patches I just, if I have to get them, I have to get them. And I think it was $1 plus shipping, and which I saved on shipping because I bought them the minimum amount of patches. I think it was a couple dollars over. Rampart Survival, 1975 Campery. So again, another just kind of whatever design there, but grabbed it. We have the Black Swamp Area Council. I think he had a bunch of these. But again, I was running low on options of things I wanted. There's a Tiger. Mom and Me, 1993. So I want to say that that's probably for Tiger Cubs because there's a tiger on there. And there were a couple of those that sold probably because of the but Black Swamp Area Council. I'm not familiar with that one. I really don't know it. These are always very popular. And this is Eluac. And I don't remember if I had this one or one to it. I already have one from this, but it was only $1. These are the Order the Arrow flaps, and if you're a collector, these have, usually a minimum of $3 to $5 each value. So for $1, which is very unusual, and there was one or two that had sold, and I want to get one of those. I should have probably bought all of them, but there's that one. Then we have El Waihi District, 1975 Camp Wilson. That's another one of these standard designs here, which I have numerous, so it's very hard to remember. There are no checklists if you remember 1975. Then we have the Signal Hill District, Northwest Suburban Council, Fall 1975, Rock Cut State Park. That's a lot to put on a patch there, 1975. Then we have the 1975 Santa Lucia Area Council, Scoutorama. I think I said that already. And all scouts could be invited to that one there at the time. So again, it's 1975 patch, very light use to that one there. We have Camp Potomac, 1975, 1951 to 75, so the 25th anniversary of Camp Potomac. I believe that's what that is. So kind of neat how that works out to 25. I don't know. Because I got 51 to 75. I don't know. Numbers don't make a lot of sense there. And then we have Shayagua. Oh man, it looks like Chiagua Campery, 1968. I thought I had that one, but I don't know. I've seen that one before. Maybe because that's been sitting there. But again, a 1960s era patch with nice bright colors there. Had to grab that one. This one here was, again, bright color patch here. This is from 73. Scouts on Parade, Wolverine Council. So it's probably like some sort of Veterans Day parade or something that they got to participate in there. And then we have, because Baden-Powell was a favorite subject matter, or used to be. I don't know if it is so much anymore. Some people are not really sure about Baden or Baden-Powell, but that's who that is. Tunica District, 1997 Fall Campery. If you didn't know, his trading cards are kind of expensive. I don't have any. I can't remember if it was Ryan of Breakout Cards who showed those. I haven't seen a lot of his videos. Maybe I just haven't been paying attention. But yeah, I have essentially. He was showing some of these. I think his cards and $50 is usually the cheapest ones you can find unless somebody's not paying attention that week. So that's all I have here. I got card show over the weekend, and I got some other future videos coming up. I already spent 19 minutes on this video, but that's what I have for today. Thank you for watching.